Hello, friends. How are you doing today? So, this book that I'm going to talk to you about could have been the very first book because it's my go to book. It's one of my favorite books that I've ever read. It's an amazing book. But for whatever reason, it didn't come up in the lineup until book number 5. So, if we're going to surrender, we're going to just accept that it showed up exactly when it needed to, and it's going to speak to whoever it needs to speak to. This particular book, the spine is worn out. The book is barely held together. It has lots of dog ears and lots of highlights all over it. I go back and I read it a couple times a year. Many times I just go back in and I'll read the highlighted and the dog-eared pieces of the book just because I need a reminder. But it is a book that got me through the year 2016, one of the hardest years of my life, not the hardest, but one of them from a career standpoint. And as I started Authenticity in February of 2017, it is a book that I referred to many, many times. It's called The Surrender Experiment. Okay, stop teasing it, Dawn, and just tell us what it is, right? It is The Surrender Experiment. It's a book by Michael Singer. It's not his only book, but it is my favorite book that he has written. It's a journey. It's his journey through his discovery of following the breadcrumbs, and as he calls it, life's perfection. It is about taking away and taking out your own opinion of what's being put before you, and just like doing it, just releasing and doing the next thing that you're ultimately called to do. He calls it the universe. I call it God. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But there is a calling on each of our lives, in through divine connections, in our ordained timing. We are put on this earth to do what we are called to do. I believe fully in that. And that's one of the things that he documents as he took this beautiful journey from being in the back roads of Florida to becoming part of an executive as part of a major billion-dollar healthcare publicly traded software company that revolutionized billing in the healthcare industry. It's a really fun story if you like real, true stories that happen to real people and good success stories, and nobody could deserve it more than this guy. And I'm rooting for him throughout the entire book. So, Surrender Experiment, Michael Singer. Can't recommend it more, especially if you are being challenged with, especially post-pandemic. Lots of folks that I'm talking to are really challenged with, what do I want to do for this next piece, this next chapter, this next season of my life? It's looking different. People have reprioritized what exactly that looks like. And this book might help you, if you have a fork in the road, to figure out which way to go. You take good care. Let me know if I can assist you in any way, and I'll see you soon.